Hey, E, put the beat on. Hey, Taylor, you like this joint?
Yeah, this be hard.
Yeah, you sure you like this joint? You would tell me if you didn't, right?
Oh yeah, of course. No, this gonna go hard.
All right, cool. This my man Scotty Pimpin' joint.
Oh, okay, all right then.
Matter of fact, I got something for this.
Got something like what?
Welcome to the top shelf, where the flavor so hot, but you will not melt. About to take you on a ride like you never felt. Up and down real smooth like a carousel. Moving in our own lane, no parallel. Everybody needs sleep, it's good for your health. If you stuck like Chuck, I might have to help. Cause we talk sports, life, and everything else.
It's on a podcast.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We thank you for taking the time to tune into S.L.E.E.P, the Sports, Life, and Everything Else podcast, where sports, life, and entertainment collide, presented by the away team, and coming to you from the top shelf. This is Season 4, Episode 21. My name is Michael Roberts, a.k.a. Mike on the mic, and if it ain't all good, make it that way. We've got my co-host, Mr. Taylor Suber, in the building.
Hello there.
Taylor, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
Good. Had a good week?
Oh man, I went to the Dairy Queen and got me what they call them things, the strawberry cheesecake.
The Blizzard?
Blizzard, yes.
Hey, yeah, them Blizzards is clutch.
Oh man, it was amazing. Just sat there eating that thing and just sat in my car and looked at other people. And I was happy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Taylor was in his bliss.
Yeah, I was in my bliss. You know what I mean? Just thinking about being a bachelor. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Don't got to answer to nobody. Don't got no kids at my knees. Just eating the Blizzard in my car in the AC. I felt good. Felt great.
And you got AC.
Yeah, AC, yeah, in the AC. I didn't even feel like driving home. You know, I'm gonna eat it right here in the parking lot like a weirdo.
So I'm sure y'all know that voice, but we've got producer extraordinaire One Will E handling the boards.
Yep.
What up, peoples? What up? What's happening?
E, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty breezy. You know, the siblings took me out for a little late birthday brunch.
Easy breezy.
So I had about 3 drinks, and so I'm feeling a little breezy. I'm a little fatigued, but
was that you on the bridge? I saw you on the bridge. Was that you and your late? Y'all was y'all going to Jersey or coming from Jersey?
Don't both going to Jersey, riding and coming back.
I looked at, I'm a little bit what they call it, Instagram illiterate. I don't know, but I'm looking. I said, I think that's E. Like I didn't look at the top and see who it was. I said that's E, and I said okay, all right, E out there with the camera.
Yeah, we be out there, man.
I saw it.
He was out here getting it
on the bridge.
That's what we do, man. You know, with all challenges, we just love our wheels, man.
I was dope.
Y'all might mess around and see E out here in the streets, man.
Yeah,
don't be afraid to honk your horn.
You
say
know what's
up.
crazy? An artist that comes here seen me on the street. And she was like, I honked at you, but you just look like you was having entirely too much fun because I had my headphones on, so I don't want to listen to the hustle and bustle of the world. But
yeah, out there jamming.
I look and listen for the traffic though. So, but that's just my thing, man, and I enjoy it. So, but I enjoy the show better, man.
Beautiful, man, beautiful. I hope our guests enjoy the show better as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
You can follow us on Twitter and IG at Sleep Is For You. That's S.L.E.E.P. I.S. the number 4 Y-O-U. Subscribe and listen to new or old episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Podbean, TuneIn Radio, Samsung Podcasts, Player FM, or you can catch us on YouTube and kindly subscribe to the YouTube page. Like episodes, leave comments, show love, show hate. We here for it all. Tell a friend to tell 2 friends about us. Big salute to all our new followers on Podbean, and IG has exploded. All those numbers are still going up. And if you haven't already done so, look up sleepisforyou.com, the hub for all things sleep related. We've got 2 top 5s for y'all this week. Have you seen, have you heard? Trivia, the common sense space, and of course, we've got all that good sports talk and coverage that makes this the top shelf. Our show time is 5:13. So let's spin. We're going to start off this week's episode by acknowledging the one and only LeBron James for signing an extension for 2 years with the LA Lakers for $97.1 million with a player option for the second year. And this officially makes him the highest earning NBA player in NBA history as far as the dollars that they get from the league. If we're talking about endorsements and those kind of things, those don't factor in. But LeBron is sitting atop the league as far as money goes, and it's kind of a mixed bag as far as people's reactions to it, because I read a article by Bill Plaschke, who's a writer out in Los Angeles.
Damn, Bill Plaschke is still alive?
Yeah, he's still out here doing it, covering all LA teams.
Okay.
And he looked at this as pretty much not really a good thing for the Lakers. I mean, obviously it's a good thing for LeBron, but he feels like they're putting a lot into, having him as their future.
Yeah.
And
okay.
It's going to be kind of downhill from now. The Lakers can't expect any chips anytime soon.
Well, let's start here.
With LeBron at the helm.
Let's start here. They got that fake bubble championship because I don't know. It's something about that bubble championship that I just can't ride with.
It was a little fugazi. It was a little bogus.
It's kind of goofy. But that's a lot of money, man, for somebody that's at the last final year. I don't know, I guess. He got to be the face of the league. It could be a marketing thing. I heard they're trying to get his son on the team.
I heard that may be a reason for him signing this 1-and-1 deal, because the second year he has the option to leave and enter free agency, and if he chooses to push the envelope and tell them, hey, you need to bring my son in here or I'm getting up out of here, they might end up having to do that. And we're talking about Bronny as far as his sons.
Okay.
Is it just me? But the son younger than Bronny. What's the middle one's name? Bryce. I think he's better than Bronny. He's bigger. He's bigger.
He's younger.
He's bigger. He's younger. I think he's just taken to the game right now. I was like, wait a minute. I said, I think y'all piping up the wrong Bron. And like the oldest one. I don't want to say he's trash, but he's not that big.
You didn't see when he caught that poster on somebody?
Yeah, that was. I wasn't surprised by that. I wasn't like, oh, okay. I saw his son kind of do the same thing, but I was like, oh, his middle son, man. I think that's the one he need to put the money behind, because the
oldest one, he is a little undersized.
Yeah, I'm not buying for him, but the middle one, he's like 6'5"
unless he
already.
Catch a growth spurt soon.
Yeah, the middle one is huge. But getting back to old man LeBron, he got to get that money right now, because it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So. I mean,
he's coming down the home stretch.
Yeah, it's coming down the home stretch. So ain't like
that's what I feel
ain't like buying an old Toyota Corolla, but you're paying like $15,000 for it. So he said, "Give me my money up front now." So, I mean, good for him for getting his money, because he technically has taken pay cuts over the last couple of years. You know what I mean, with the Miami and with what's the other team called, Cleveland, when he was signing those short-term deals. So
and he was trying to get them a little more wiggle room to bring in some talent.
Yeah, Taylor never hate on anybody getting the most money they can. That's fine, but I mean, I said it a couple of weeks ago. I think this is going to be the end of this year. You know what I mean? What was that song? Was that the Jackson? Is this the end? I think it's the end.
Oh no!
Is this the end? Was it Papa used to tell me something? Oh, was it Papa or was it Mama? I think it's the end.
It's just the end.
Yeah, I just think it's the end. I mean, I'm not like I say, he got his money. You know what I mean? And he's, he wants to play with his son. That's cute and all. He can drag it out for however long you want to. Somebody will bring him in for the sideshow. But I think he got his money up front. He negotiated. He got what he got. What's the whole thing? You get what you negotiate. He negotiated what he got, and I mean everything's cool right now. So I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, man, get that bread, big homie.
Yeah. I can hate on other stuff, but this right here, I can salute him for that. Get that money. You know?
Beautiful.
And we know Taylor ain't the biggest LeBron fan.
Taylor will take any opportunity he can to cut LeBron down.
I spread it out. Taylor's unpredictable. I'm not mad. When you get that, anytime you get that money, I'm not. Oh yeah, now I'm a hater. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at him getting that money. I was like, all right.
Well, salute. It came out in the NFL news that it's been handed down that Deshaun Watson is going to get 11 games on his suspension and a $5 million fine, which is really kind of throwaway money. But, the 11 games is somewhat significant, whereas the NFL is actually trying to get the whole season. So, the 11 is bigger than the, what was it, 5 you got originally?
You got
or was
5
it 8?
from the
From the arbitrator.
From the arbitrator.
Yeah.
Like
and then
you
they
said,
gave it to another arbitrator.
no, well, you got the Players Association. Was it the Players Union Association? They said 8 or something like that.
Okay.
NFL wanted 10. No, I'm sorry. NFL wanted the whole season, and Players Association wanted 10, so they met on 11. But I like how he gets 11-game suspension because you know it's the first game he's eligible to come back. You know what the game? Do you know? Did you see the schedule?
Did see the schedule, but I did not notice the first game that he'll be back.
At Houston. like NFL is hilarious, man. Like they acting like and it's funny, while all the people was like analyzing, nobody was saying like, oh yeah, and then he's eligible. No one said like he's eligible to come back at Houston, where
His first game
is eligible, so you know that the NFL they're going to drag out the people for that game. Where I don't know if it's going to be on Sunday night or whatever it is. They're going to try to publicize that game to as crazy as it was going to be. And he's going to hear all kinds of crazy stuff from Houston fans.
Yeah.
But
he already heard it down in Jacksonville.
I just like how NFL. You listen, we're the pimp, and you guys are the. You know what I mean? We can do whatever we want to do. You know what I mean?
Lay the smackdown on all y'all.
Yeah, we're going to take $5 million from you, and we're going to make your first game available be at Houston. So, boom, there you go. You know what I mean?
That's dirty, man.
I'm not even mad. I was laughing. I was like, this is actually something that I would do. Like that was they've never had an 11-game suspension ever. It's always 10 or 5 or 4 or 6 or 8, 11. I was like, 11. I looked at the schedule. I said, oh, the first game's at Houston. I said, okay, all right, that was cute. So I saw that off the rip, and as soon as I saw it, I just turned on the TV. I said, "There's nothing more to analyze here. This is over with. You don't have to worry about it no more." Like I said, he got his extension, the guaranteed money he got from Cleveland. So I mean, he can apologize, or he can, and then he walked back the apology.
He's keeping everything tight-lipped.
Yeah, I mean, so he's not. I mean, Houston paid the girls off. So that was crazy. When Houston paid the girls off, they sued the Texans. Within 30 days, they paid them all off. So this is like the most crazy thing that I've seen in a while. But now pretty much it's over right now. Like he's going to be forever stained for his whole career. But yeah, I mean, this is
but
just.
He'll be able to play after 11 games.
He'll be able to play like 2, 3, 4 years from now. We won't forget about it, but it'll be like,
it won't be actively thought about.
He's a really good player, but remember back in the day, that's what's going to be. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be an afterthought.
They better not let it go like they ain't let it go with Mike Vick with them dogs, because they heckled him about them damn dogs into the end of his career.
So he retired.
And he done went to prison and everything.
He's going to get heckled. He's going to go to, let's just say if he goes to like a warm, it don't have to be warm. It can be cold. People are going to be in the stands with towels on. You know what I mean? You know how some of these trolls are. They don't care.
They take it OD.
Yeah, they do OD. Yeah, I mean, I remember when Kobe got trolled with the he had the white scarf on his head. He went to Utah and they was mocking him. People don't care. Yeah, I mean, they will mock you. There were people mocking Mike Vick with the dog cages. People are really creative nowadays.
And with the internet, they'll find the most obscure stuff about you and mock you about that.
Yeah.
And nobody else will get it except you.
Yeah, he's gonna get that smoke. A couple of these places he's go to, there's gonna be people in the crowd, giving him that smoke. But he's paid. He ain't worried about it. You know what I mean?
Got his bread. He can play his game.
Got his bread. You know what I mean?
So.
Keep your towel on, sir. Come on, man. Stop with all the freak stuff, man. If it's true.
Whew. All right. Well, that'll do it for that discussion. And we're going to get into some NFL direct talk because we've got the season coming up soon. We're knee deep in preseason games right now. And we're just going to give you, over the course of the next couple of episodes this week and our following episode, preview of the conferences. So this week we're going to do the NFC.
Yes.
So I'll start with the East, and I have the Commanders.
Yeah.
Coming in 4th place at 7-10.
Okay.
The Giants, at 7-10 as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys at 8-9, and the Eagles winning the division at 11-6.
11-6. Okay. I think I can see the Eagles winning 10 games. I think Dallas is going to be trash. I think they're going to win like 6 or 7. I think they're going to end up firing whatever their coach. He's going to get fired. Zeke's going to get cut. I'm just seeing them being like, because I think they can get out of the Zeke Elliott deal after this year. So I can see them making a whole lot of changes.
It's going to be a fire sale.
Yeah. And then I think Redskins are going to be the second best team.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
No, the Commanders.
Commanders. Yeah, I don't think it has nothing to do with Carson Wentz. I think their defense is actually pretty good.
Their defense is solid,
and their running game, they're going with.
Did you see the young man that's exploding down there?
The running back?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Is it Brian Robinson?
Yeah.
From
That's it.
Alabama. He's starting in front of Antonio Gibson.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And he was a really good running back when he was at Alabama. He was at Alabama for almost 5 years. So, but I think he's going to end up starting. I like Jalen Dobson from Penn State. I like Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
And the line is actually better. So if Carson Wentz blows this, man, he's a bum. Like you can't blow this. Like the O line is not as good as it was last year when he was with the Colts.
A bum anyway.
He might be, but I think the team all around him is good. Like it happened when the Colts were really good. He just blew the last 2 games. They needed him to win a game. He couldn't win the last 2 games. I think this team is going to actually be pretty good, and hopefully they'll get Chase Young back. He's still on the PUP list. He might miss the first 6 games. I'm not sure, but
I didn't realize he was still out.
Yeah, but I've seen people come back that week before the season starts. You can take people off the PUP list, but if you start the season on the PUP list, you're going to be out for the first 5 or 6 games. So
okay,
he still has time to come back.
Yeah,
I mean, so but I do think that defense is pretty good. They got some really good linebackers, really good defensive line. The front 7 is pretty solid, even without Chase Young, and the secondary is pretty good too. So I think it's going to be the Eagles and what's the team I just said?
Commanders.
And the Commanders.
Yeah, they got that kid Sweat, right?
Yeah, Sweat. Yeah, still got Montez Sweat.
Yeah,
so
he gets it in.
Yeah, I still think that they're going to be the Eagles' best competition. I don't believe in the Cowboys, and I think the Giants they got to get rid of that bum. What's his name? Daniel Jones. They got to get rid of him too. He's
no love for Danny Dimes.
Nah, I think they're going to be trash, and then they'll be in the top of the draft and get one of the new people coming next year. So.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so my division would be Eagles, Commanders,
Cowboys,
maybe It might Cowboys and Wisconsin. They might be.
It might be a flip flop. Cowboys, Giants.
5 or 6 wins. I don't see those 2 being that good. I'm not impressed with the Cowboys. I can see that being a disaster down there. We've seen Cowboys be a disaster before. They were a disaster 2 years ago.
Okay, moving on to the NFC North. 4th place, I got Chicago, 4-13. 3rd place, Detroit, 7-10. Second place, Minnesota Vikings at 10-7, and first place, the Packers at 13-4.
Okay.
Packers didn't really lose much. Obviously, Devontae Adams, but they still have a good amount of punch on offense. Their running back backfield is still solid, and their defense has another offseason to improve and get better. Their secondary was pretty good last year. So, I'm expecting good things from Green Bay. And Minnesota, they might sneak into the playoffs with 10 wins. But I just don't know about them, man.
Who?
Minnesota, the Vikings. They're just a little flimsy to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at Taylor. Taylor thinks Vikings going to win that division.
Ooh.
I think they might win 11. I think the Packers might win 10.
Okay.
And then I think Detroit, I think they'll be competitive. I'm not really buying the whole, what's the jinx on Hard Knocks? People like to, the bettors like to set people up on Hard Knocks, and they up in the wins, and they think people will take over. They take the over, and they take everybody's money. They've been doing that for years. If you just go the opposite direction, you always win money. But I think Detroit might win about 6 or 7 games.
I had them at 7.
And then the Chicago might be battling for that first round. That's the very first pick.
Chicago is the toilet.
Yeah, they might be winning. They might be 2 or 3 games. I don't see them being competitive at all this year. I can see them getting to like week 5, week 6, and Fields will be hurt out of here, and then who's the backup, Trevor Siemian, and it just be a dumpster fire. Yeah, the Chicago looks terrible. They don't have anybody.
Nobody.
Yeah, they don't have anybody. They traded Khalil Mack. They need a whole new
everything.
Everything. Yeah,
new everything.
2-3 games. Yeah, I mean, so that's why I think the other two teams at the top, they'll get 4 easy wins off of them with ease. So I think Vikings might win that division. This had nothing to do with Kirk Cousins. I think the running back is really good. I think Justin Jefferson's a really good player. They O-line, they redid the O-line. The O-line is good. Irv Smith, he's
Some
back.
people are projecting Justin Jefferson to be the best wide receiver in the league this year.
He's really good, man. He's really good.
No doubt.
And I like what they've done with the defense. They got rid of some of those older guys off of defense, and they replaced them a little with younger guys. So And I really like Lewis Sin from Georgia. He's going to be the safety right next to Harrison Smith. He's going to learn behind him. So
Okay.
And they already had a safety behind him last year that played. I think they drafted him like in the 6th round. So I like the depth on Minnesota. I think Minnesota can actually win that division. And I'm not even talking about Kirk Cousins. I think like last year, if you looked at Kirk Cousins' numbers, they were very good. Now he may be horrible in the playoffs and stuff like that. But he can put up numbers. He passed for over 4,000 yards.
That's been his career. He can always put up numbers.
He puts
but
up
does
numbers.
his team get wins?
Yeah, but every once in a while, those little quarterbacks that aren't that good, they might have one good year.
Yeah.
And then so this might be the year where people are like, yeah, see, I told you about Kirk, and the next year he'll go back to being just. He'll put the numbers up, but he won't do nothing. I think Minnesota might actually win that division.
Are you saying we might mess around and see Kirk Cousins in the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't say all that. He'll get in the playoffs and get knocked out. He might get knocked out by Green Bay. He might win the division, and then maybe Green Bay goes to the end of whatever the first round of playoffs, and then come in the next round and beat the Vikings. You know what I mean? But I think the Vikings can win that division.
All right.
I was looking at the schedule a couple days ago.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we'll move on to the NFC South. And in 4th place, I have the Atlanta Falcons at 3-14. 3rd place, I have the Saints at 5-12. 2nd place, I have the Panthers at 6-11. And 1st place, the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay at 13-4. Tampa Bay's pretty much running it back from last year.
Yeah.
With the exception of, obviously, the psychopath Antonio Brown. They have some not so favorable news coming out of camp as far as their running back. What's my man's name?
Fournette?
Yeah, Leonard Fournette said he was overweight.
But he played yesterday.
Okay, all right.
He played yesterday. Yeah, they got depth at running back. They got this. I told you they got another running back named White, man, but he's black, and they like him. They still got what's the boy name? Bernard. What's the name?
Gio Bernard.
Gio Bernard. They
Yeah.
still got him. And I think they drafted a running back like a couple years ago, so they got depth at running back. So
Okay.
I think they'll be all right with the running. Listen, you got Tom. Tom, he'll be back tomorrow. He took his little week and a half off, like he can because he's the best. He can just listen. I'll see y'all niggas next week. He's coming. He'll be back tomorrow.
He was in contact with Coach Todd Bowles, obviously.
Told me to be back tomorrow. You know what I mean, like I've been in 20 some odd training camps. There's nothing that I don't know. You know what I mean. So y'all can let Kyle
right.
Trask and Blaine Gabbert, whoever, let them play quarterback. I'll be back, and then we're gonna get this thing on and slopping. You know what I mean. So I think they're gonna win about 12. Maybe 12, 13 games. You know what I mean? I don't know if Tom Brady's numbers are going to be the same as they were last year because they were pretty. They passed for 5,000 yards last year. But their receiving core is crazy. Like they're going to be able to take people out. Listen, you can take a week off. We're going to bring Julio Jones in. And Julio Jones. I mean, their receiving core is crazy.
Happy birthday to Mike Evans.
Yeah, Mike Evans. Yeah, they like 1,000 yards every year. Chris Godwin, he's back already, but they don't really need him to play in the first 2 or 3 games. They can bring him along slowly. They still got Russell Gage. He got hurt a couple weeks ago, but I heard he's fine. So they got really, really a lot of depth at
that little white boy
receiver. Yeah, they got Scotty Miller. He might not even make the team. That's how good their receiving core is. Like their receiving core is really, really deep. So. And the secondary is pretty much the same. Whitehead left, went to the Jets, but you still got Anton Winfield Jr. The corners are still good. Shaq Barrett, the outside linebacker, sacking people. And then you got Levante and Devin White just running all over the place, wreaking havoc. You know what I mean? So the defense is still pretty solid. Last year they had to caught the injury bug, but I think this year they can they can maintain being healthy. I think they'll be all right, and I think they should probably go 6-0 in that division. They should. Well, they always have trouble with the Saints though.
Yeah.
So maybe they go 5-1, but I think they can win maybe 12, 13 games.
I agree.
I got them up there high. Saints defense is okay. I can see them winning 7.
Do you have the Saints at number 2?
Yeah, I got the Saints at number 2. They can be 7 or 8 games. Carolina, it might be end of the road for my man Matt Rule. It might be end of the road for him. I don't think that. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Rickety Crickety, what's his name? McCaffrey, is he gonna be able to stay healthy? I don't know. Yeah, it's just he's just been hurt the last 2 or 3 years. And in Atlanta, that's another team that's they're vying for number one pick
that first pick. Yeah,
they might not win no games. They don't have nobody down there. They might be going 0-17. They don't have anybody down there. Them and the Bears are going to be competing for the first round pick, the first
pick in the draft.
first overall pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my order.
All right, bet. And we'll finish it out with the NFC West.
Yep.
So at fourth place, I got Seattle at 5-12. Third place, I got San Francisco 10-7. Second place, I got Arizona 11-6. I might end up flip-flopping those because you already know how Arizona gets off the good starts and then just folds second half of the season. And first place, I got the Rams 12-5.
Okay. I think I don't know what it is about me. I see the 49ers winning that division.
Okay.
I see them winning that division. And then I see the Rams behind them. And then I see Cardinals behind them. And then Seattle.
Yeah.
They don't have no quarterback up there. You know what I mean? So they got some pretty good receivers. I think they're gonna have a nice running game, but I see them being competitive maybe early, but after a while they'll trail off. But I think Trey Lance. I think he's gonna show some people this year.
I like Trey Lance. I think he might be able to do some things, and like it's been said a few times recently, he has talent around him. He has people to throw the ball to. He has people to hand the ball to.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is all right.
They got another. They got a running back last year in the 6th round. They drafted one in the 3rd round. They didn't barely played him. They drafted another. So they got running backs galore. They got plenty of receivers out there.
Yeah.
They still got George Kittle. The O line is pretty solid.
The
I think
defense
some of the O linemen were hurt last year. They'll be back this year.
Yep.
And you still got Joey Bosa. I don't know who's on the other side of him rushing the passer though. I gotta check on that. I'm not Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and they'll get Kinlaw back, the defensive tackle they drafted high a couple of years ago. Safety, the corners, they were young last year. Hopefully they get a little bit more experience this year.
Yeah,
but
develop a little more.
Yeah, I think 49ers can win that division with 11 wins. You know what I mean? And then maybe Rams will be at 10, and then the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals and the Rams could technically be around the same record.
Yeah.
10-7 or something like that, 9-8 or something like that. I think the Rams might come back just a little bit because the Rams O line is not going to be as strong as it was last year. Whitworth left, and another O lineman just got hurt. I think a couple days ago he's out for the season.
Mm.
After Jalen Ramsey, the rest of their secondary is kind of suspect. I mean, they got guys that played over the past couple of years that been in and out, but kind of subbing. But now they got to take a step in because the one corner left and went to Jacksonville. I think his name is something Devin Williams or something like that. So they're replacing him. And they do still have Aaron Donald. They still do have Leonard Floyd. You know what I mean? So I think they'll be competitive, but I don't think they're going to win that division. I don't think they didn't win it last year. I think 49ers won it last year, didn't they? Or did the Rams win it last year?
No, I think the Rams did win it last year.
Yeah. So I think the Rams
during the last few weeks of the season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close, but I think this 49ers are going to surprise people and actually win that division.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo, they'll probably either end up cutting them or letting them go. They don't have to worry, but then it'll be Trey Lance. See, the thing is with the NFL with these quarterbacks, you can't touch the quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So quarterbacks are going to be like they're going to put up gaudy stats no matter what. Like there was a couple of quarterbacks last year that what's that quarterback? He was the third stringer for the Jets. He threw for 400 yards. Like some guy named Mike White. I never even heard of him before.
Yeah, so, I remember seeing him a few times last year.
Yeah, he threw for I think he only played like 2 or 3 games. You know what I mean? But one of the games he threw for over 400 yards. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
So these quarterbacks, you know what I mean, they don't get touched. You know what I mean? You can barely touch the receivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can barely touch the quarterbacks and stuff like that. So I think that Trey Lance should be able to put up really, really good numbers this year. And he can kind of run the ball too. And he sat and actually watched last year. So I think that'll be good for him.
And the team's been handed over to him. It's no more of this in between.
No,
it might be you this week. It might be Garoppolo this week. No, it's him.
It's him, and it's not going to be like that. I think they're going to let him do some RPO stuff like that. But I think they're going to let him just do what he got to do. Because sometimes it seemed like they were kind of like when they had Jimmy Garoppolo, they wasn't letting the offense like go. They was kind of like moving him along and stuff like that. I think they're going to take the reins off of Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think they might surprise some people and win close to 11 games.
All right. Well, that's our specific NFL talk this week, and we'll be continuing that next episode with the AFC divisional preview. But we're going to move into our first edition of Top 5, which is going to continue the NFL theme and going to be Top 5 NFL defensive backs. Or backfields, I'm sorry.
Yeah, everybody.
So
the
the
corners,
whole backfield
the safeties,
core, the corners,
the nickel back,
all that. All right, so at number 5 on my list, I'm going to take it down to the South, NFC South, New Orleans Saints. And they still have Marshawn Lattimore, who hasn't really performed after his first few seasons lately. But having help over the top is always a plus. And when you add a player like Tyrann Mathieu, who I've had my eyes on all offseason to see where he'd land, it's a plus. Even with losing Marcus Williams, I think they'll hold up their end on the defensive side. And they lost Malcolm Jenkins, too.
He retired,
But I think he was, it was time. So, anybody they get in that's younger over that, it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve, but, you can figure it out. Number 4, I'm going to take it to another NFC South team, and that's the Tampa Bay Bucks. And they had one of the best secondaries the past 2 seasons. And like we said, they're pretty much running it back, with the exception of Lucky Whitehead leaving and going to the Jets. And Taylor was saying somebody else left. But, they still have some solid members in their defensive secondary, and they're going to be tough to pass against, in my opinion.
They added Keanu Neal, too.
Exactly.
Yep.
So number 3, I'm going to take it to the AFC, to Buffalo, to the Bills. And they have one of those solid safety tandems in Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. And a heavy weight falls on Tre'Davious White, who comes back from a torn ACL last year. But if he can just be solid and available, I think their secondary is going to be pretty crazy. And their front 7 is pretty solid. And as we all know, the front always helps the back end, just like the back end helps the front. Number 2, I'm going to take it to a team we were talking about a little bit earlier, but that's the Green Bay Packers. They also have a pretty strong performance from last year from Rasul Douglas, who we should all remember around here. But he was getting busy. He had a ton of interceptions, and he was coming up in big-time situations in big spots. And they also get back healthy Jair Alexander. And it helps that they play Chicago and Detroit twice, like Taylor said earlier. But, I think the Green Bay Packers secondary is going to be pretty solid, too. And we'll finish it up with taking it back to the AFC, to the North, and it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. They get back a healthy unit after being decimated with injuries last year. But 4 of their 5 starters have earned top 10 grades at their respective position in the past 4 years. And they just added rookie DB Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame. He was the 14th pick in this past draft, and he's just being added in. He's not even necessarily a starting guy, unless he might get in the nickel a little bit. Mm-hmm. But, he's a guy that can come in and spell the guys that do start, and that just tells you what kind of core they have. But that'll do it for my 5, and I'll pass it over to Taylor so he can list off his for y'all.
All right. I'll start with I'll start with the Bills. You already talked about the Bills. They're gonna be my number 5. That secondary is really, really good. Mm-hmm. They lost Levi Wallace. I think he went to Pittsburgh, but they replaced him with Keanu Elam from Florida. He's really good. Like you said, Trey White, he should be able to come back. They got a nickel corner named Tyron Johnson who played in place of Trey White last year. He played pretty well. Okay. And you got the light skinned backfield safety, man, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Man. Come on, man. Those cats are undersized, but they put that work in back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really, really like the Bills secondary.
Unless you're playing against Kansas City.
Well, that was Ty Hill. You know what I mean? No one can catch him. You know what I mean? But they're pretty solid. They're a pretty solid secondary. I like that secondary a whole lot. The Bills, what they've done, and they added Von Miller. That's going to make it even more tougher to pass on them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Number 4. Where am I at? Number 4. We're gonna put some respect on the Broncos. You know what I mean? Justin Simmons, one of the better safeties in all of football, and then Patrick Surtain Jr., one of the better corners that we all saw his dad play back in the day. His son
he just came out last season.
Yeah, last season.
So this will be his second year.
Had a solid season last year, so this year he's only going to get better. Yep. Broncos is known for having stud corners over the past 20 plus years. So he's going to just continue that tradition. They still got Ronald Darby out there too. He's still out there.
Former Eagle.
Yeah, and Kareem Jackson, the old school Alabama kid. He was a corner. Now he's a safety. You know what I mean? But he's still roaming back there. And they got another kid named. His name is Michael. What's his name? Ojama Ojube or something like that. I think he went to Iowa. He was pretty good. I don't think he played the year before. Last year he played a little bit. And I think he got hurt last night. Hopefully he'll be able to come back, but he's like a bigger corner. And I think the Broncos secondary is pretty good. I like that secondary.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my number 4. We'll go to number 3. And unfortunately, I got to put some respect on the Buccaneers, man. We kind of matching up. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
The thing is, a lot of secondaries are good, and a lot secondaries are terrible. You know what I mean? So
it's not a whole lot of in between.
You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of
either you're gonna cover or you're gonna get smoked.
He's good, but but the other two ain't that good, and the backups ain't that good. So it's kind of like gonna be pretty much damn near.
And if your safeties are trash, then you already know what that means.
Now the Buccaneers, they did add Logan Ryan. He was played with the Patriots for years, and he played for the Giants and the Titans. He's with the Buccaneers now. He's going to replace Whitehead, and they got another safety named Mike Edwards. He's pretty good. They still got Winfield, and then like I said, they brought in Keanu Neal, who I think he played linebacker mostly at with Dallas last year, but I think this year they're going to move. They want him more playing safety, his natural position.
Okay.
And then you still got Davis Dean and Murphy Bunton's Jr. the corners. You know what I mean? No, I don't know about Richard Sherman. He played last year and they brought him in, but he kept getting hurt. So I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. But those 3 corners were kind of hurt last year, but hopefully they can stay healthy. But the Buccaneers backfield, most of those guys have been drafted except for Keanu Neal and Ryan. All those other guys were drafted by the team. So they know each other pretty well, and they're all young, under the age of like 26. So they're a young crew, and I like the Buccaneers secondary.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Number
2, you already said them, the Saints, man.
New Orleans.
I mean, Lattimore, Paulo Diablo, Paulo Diablo, something like that. He went to Stanford, started last year, started like 16 games. He was nice. They still got P.J. Williams. They got my man C.J. Johnson Gardner. I don't know how to say his name. He's the one that basically replacing Malcolm. He's been there for the past 2 or 3 years. He was the one that got into the fight with the Bears receiver a couple years ago where he punched him in the face. He punched him. He's a dog. You know what I mean? And he's crazy. He's one of them type bulls. He's going to start about 3 or 4 fights this year.
Okay.
I mean? He's one of them type of bulls. And
all
then
right, young man, bring that passion, bring that intensity.
Yeah. And then they brought in Marcus May from the Jets. Yeah, I think he tore his ACL last year, so I don't know if he might not start the year. But if you can bring him on later on the year and add it to that really good secondary group, that's good. And of course, the cherry on top is Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, coming back to the Saints. Coming back to his home roots and playing down there.
We all know he went to LSU in college.
Yeah, he's still got a lot of left in the tank, so he got a nice.
He's only 30.
Yeah, he's only 30 years old, but he got a nice deal down there, and that's why he went down. They paid him a couple of dollars, so I think the Eagles just got outbid. If they were into him, I don't know if they were.
I think they should have been, but we never know.
But he got a 3-year deal and $10 million a year, something like that. So that's a good deal for him. So I like the Saints secondary. I don't know about the offense. You know, we don't know about Jameis Winston and everybody else. Yeah. But the defensive backfield is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
But
although coming out of New Orleans, I do hear good things about Michael Thomas.
Man, listen, man, it can't be negative. You know what I mean? He hasn't played in 2 years, so like, dude, if you haven't played in 2 years and you can at least run out there and cut. Yes, we'll take anything. You know what I mean? But the number 1 secondary, I mean, I'm just gonna run the names off: Derwin James, Nas Adderley, Asante Samuels Jr., J.C. Jackson, and Mike Davis. The Chargers secondary is freaking phenomenal, man.
Derwin James
just got paid. Nas Adderley.
Asante Samuel Jr. does his thing too.
Yeah, Asante Samuel Jr. really, really good corner. You all know his father. Nas Adderley, he went to Delaware. He had a little bit of a slow start, but he had a really good year last year. But they got J.C. Jackson, who's had 10 interceptions the last 2-3 years. You know what I mean? An undrafted guy that nobody even thought about. Got himself. He got paid this past year. You know what I mean? But
get that bag,
yes,
man.
Salute to Bill Belichick and whoever it was. They just found him and they turned him into an all-star corner in less than 3 years. He already got a Super Bowl ring. He got his money, and now he's gonna go down to Chargers. I think he still has something to prove. You know what I mean? So anybody that's an undrafted free agent, they always feel like they're underdogs. They feel like they should have been drafted 7 rounds and I didn't get drafted. So J.C. Jackson is going down there to be the number 1 corner. And he's a ball hawk. Like I said, 10 interceptions last year. I think he had 11 the year before. He's a beast, man. He's a problem. So I really like the Chargers secondary. I think that's the best secondary in the NFL. And they didn't even mention Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack rushing the passer.
Okay.
So you know it's not going to be enough time to throw that
Joey
ball.
Bosa and Khalil Mack. Oh my goodness, that's a nightmare.
Exactly. So that's kind of where it came into. I think the Chargers secondary got the best. They should make the playoffs next year.
Okay.
I mean this year.
All right. Well, that'll close out our first top 5. And next we get into Have You Seen, Have You Heard? So, Taylor, what's going on?
A lot. I had to cut a lot of stories because a lot of stuff was going down. I said, man, y'all people out here crazy. So let me, it's pandemonium out here. Well, first I'm gonna go into the movie sector because Taylor's like a movie head, and I saw that they didn't cut not one, not two, not three. 3 movies have been just canceled, shelved, whatever you want to call it. They're not exist. They're not even. They made the movies, casted it, and shot it and everything.
Spent the money,
and spent the money and everything. And they said, "Nah, it's good."
Not putting it out.
Batgirl done, gone. With Michael Keaton. He was coming back as Batman. Gone.
Oh. And I heard about that.
Cut it out. Yeah, I mean, there was a I don't know if the girl was black or Hispanic or
something like that.
Some type of Dominican. She was the Batgirl, and then Michael Keaton was going to play like an older Batman. They cut the whole movie. That's it. It's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Not even straight to Netflix or
nothing.
DVD.
It's
nothing.
just not no HBO. Sometime where they partner with somebody, HBO Max. They said, "Nah, we ain't putting that crap on there."
Ain't doing it.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's ever. I mean, usually when they cut a movie, they cut a movie. They don't.
It's
a
wrap.
It's a wrap.
It never again sees the light of day.
It'll never see the light of day.
Doesn't get mentioned.
Which goes to LeBron's House Party, the remake. They put that in the toilet too.
LeBron was trying to make a House Party remake.
It's already made.
Oh no!
My God.
Jacob Lattimore, DC Young Fly. Who else was in it? And so the storyline was they were going to rent LeBron's crib or something like that and throw a big party. And I guess somebody saw it and said, "Yeah, this is trash. We're not putting this." It was supposed to come out weeks ago.
Wow!
Oh, wow!
They cut the whole movie. Movie shot, done. I mean, they done partied up and did the leg kick. And they said, "No, we're not putting this crap on TV."
Oh my God!
So R.I.P.
Partied up and partied out.
R.I.P. to the House Party remake. It's a wrap.
All right.
It'll never be seen. Not coming out. Well, I think they just said they shelved it. I don't know, but
If it's
I don't
a wrap
know.
for
It might be a wrap.
forever.
I don't know. Yeah. And the last one, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They just said it's a wrap. Jamie Foxx is the All-Star. That movie is a wrap.
I saw that.
It's
I saw
a
them
dunion.
talking about that with him and Robert Downey Jr.
Well, I saw Robert Downey Jr. I saw who he was going to play. They just had his name as the Mexican. I said, yeah, that's not going to work. So we about 10, 15 years past this, and they shot the movie in 2016.
Yeah. And
Wow.
when Fox came up with the idea, he saw that Robert Downey Jr. played a black guy in Tropic Thunder. So he's like, "Yo, you got to play the Mexican for me in this."
Wow.
But he said that the comedic landscape right now is not such that type of movie would be accepted.
That cancel culture.
Well, him and Jeremy Piven, they kind of got that same type of humor, but I don't. It wasn't. It probably was. It probably would have been okay, but and like I said, it's been 5 years since he shot it. You know what I mean? So now it's like a dated movie. It's never coming out. You know what I mean? So I saw the actual, the stills from the movie.
Okay.
I think Jamie Foxx was going to play. Remember, he was going to play a fake Stephen A. Smith, Cleveland A. Smith, or something like that.
Oh my God.
Gerard Butler was going to be in it, being some type of sexual, something like that, where he was being creepy at some, like, because they're just traveling to go see. So it's basically you're traveling with your friend and you're going to meet these
All-Star
weird.
Weekend.
Yeah, you're going to meet. But once I saw DJ Khaled, I said, yeah, it's probably good to cancel this movie. I don't want to see him. Yeah, Eva Longoria was in it. Yeah, but that movie is R.I.P. So all 3 of these movies are R.I.P. as of right now. The first Batgirl is definitely done, and then that one's done too. The House Party, they just said they shelved it, but don't be surprised if you don't ever. And I was like, this rarely happens. They don't just shelve movies because they put a lot of money into this movie. I'm talking like 8-9 figures in these movies.
Yeah,
they rather just put it out and just you trash it. They said no,
and it just be an L.
Yeah, just be an L. They said no, we can't take this L. We're not taking this L.
All right.
All right.
And you see, they canceled my man on IG and Facebook, Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I like Andrew Tate. I don't agree with everything he say, but he sure is entertaining.
That's usually how it goes.
The way he's talking, they don't want that no more. They got Kevin Samuels up out of here. You're next. You know what I mean?
No, he was when they were talking that same.
Similar type stuff, but he's not the same color. They just killed Kevin Samuels. And then he was lined up. But anyway, we're gonna get to a tragic story. I don't say I love tragic stories, but I like to just talk about tragic stories. You know what I mean? I don't know why. This Negro Aqib Talib.
Yeah.
What is
I
up
read
with
about
him,
that.
man? Yeah, man, my man.
And you just brought him up a couple months back just to give people some context. Taylor brought him up and said that they should put him, I think, in the Monday night booth or something like that.
The Thursday night booth.
They put him in the Thursday night booth.
He's going to be a correspondent. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if he still has this job because a kerfuffle happened on last weekend at a Pee Wee football preseason game where somebody was shot and killed.
And apparently his brother was the one
And
that
his
did the
brother
shooting.
was the culprit who shot the man.
And it's coming out now in rumors that Aqib Talib sparked off the whole thing.
Somebody kicked the ball on the ground. A whole type of fracas happened. Pee Wee footballs. This is 9-year-old kids. And I hate to bring fact, but the story gets sad. The man that got shot, his son was there. So he saw his son get killed.
He saw his father get killed.
He saw his father get killed.
That's a tragedy.
Leave it to Taylor. He's gonna make it worse too. He's gonna make it worse. The story gets worse. The man that got killed, his sister died last year. Same way, she got shot by some man. This is sad. This is just very, very. It's a separate incident to how she got killed, but this is crazy how people are just using these guns at just anywhere. You know what I mean, at a Pee Wee football game, have we gone?
Why you got to pull the guns out?
Have we gone mad?
At the kids' football game?
Yeah, and some kind of way, somebody said that after they left, Aqib Talib is bringing his brother, and he got the gun. Somebody said maybe Aqib Talib passed him the gun, or the gun was passed. It's a whole, like I said, it's a quagmire is what it is.
Oh no!
So just at not a real game, a preseason game. I'm on the Allen Iverson stuff. Not the game practice. It was a practice game. It wasn't like a real game.
Jeez.
That's disgusting, man.
It's like a kid's exhibition game.
You killed the opposite man's coach.
You know what, Big T? It is getting ridiculous because me and Brittany went to the Lantern Festival last week, right?
Down the city.
Yeah. And they said, and of course they just had these, young guys. They were just scanning for weapons. They're like, listen, this is Lantern Festival, no guns. So why first of all, this hood lady, she's standing in line with somebody holding a line, and then, of course, the whole family comes. So you got your grubby mother-in-law.
Yep.
Your sister, some aunts, some cousins, all these women and one dude. I felt bad for the dude. I was like, if this what you married and got put in? All right, that's another story. But anyway, she got the gun tucked in her bra. Like, you're here with your mother-in-law and a bunch of little girls. Why are you carrying?
Had the toast on deck.
And they're like, oh, you can't. They already knew. And this is what cracks me up. They know that they're scanning for weapons. But you gonna try to walk in with it anyway, and then you look stupid. Oh, y'all scanning for weapons? You know they was, dummy.
Let me go back and put this in the car.
You're at the Lantern Festival. It's a bunch of lights and lanterns. Why you got the piece? Like at the Lantern Festival, like, oh my God, like the ignorance, like just because some people, because you can carry, not everybody needs to carry. Maybe it don't make sense, but everybody don't need it. Like,
no.
you there with your kids. You know what I mean? If at the Lantern Festival, what's going down at the Chinese Lantern Festival?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Too many savages out here, man.
Yeah,
Too many of
It's
them.
a whole lot of savages.
Man, a young 8-year-old, 9-year-old son. His father died on the football field. Think about how traumatic that's going to be for him.
That's terrible,
That's
man.
awful. Auntie died last year. Dad died
at a Pee Wee game.
At a Pee Wee football game. Are we safe anywhere? The movies ain't safe no more. You know what I mean? Now Pee Wee football games ain't safe no more. Going to concert, you got to worry about somebody peeling somebody's cap back. This is crazy. Unbelievable. I saw that story and I just shook my head. Man.
I tell you
That's
where I wasn't afraid out there, out in the mountains, going to all those state fairs and stuff like that. Them country folks, you know, they don't even think about it. They just there for a really good time.
I got you.
And you might get a fist fight, but the police be on top of it. But out here, I don't know. Look, man, they doing too much.
Yeah.
Doing the most.
Just because. Well, they carrying on, man.
All right. Well, Taylor, what else you got?
Oh, this is my last one. I got to get at Sean Combs, man. He was
Puffy.
Puff Daddy. Talking about R&B is dead. I mean, sir, what are you talking about, sir? Sir, Puffy saying that R&B is dead is like Eric Holder going out and finding out who killed Nipsey Hussle. You did. It was you. You did it. Like, what do you like? I remember back in the early 90s when Puffy first started working at Uptown, he got Jodeci. You know what I mean? He brung them in. And he had, and you know, we all remember what we all remember what the standard R&B group was. You know, step here, step there. We all dressed in cahoots. And he put Jodeci, make them look like, you know, like some type of thugs. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that's what they were, but he made them look. Because remember, Casey and Joja, they sung in the church.
They're all church boys.
You know what I mean? They were all church boys. So he kind of changed up what they look like. And you know how when you're the first one to do something, everything starts to accelerate. Like the first man to ever get a tattoo. Now we got people with tattoos covered on their face and stuff like that. So anytime you start something, it accelerates. So that's kind of where it happened to where now I was listening to an R&B song a couple days ago, and they just talking about F this and F. They doing more custom R&B songs than some of these rap songs. So
the R&B songs, they just sing what the rappers talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and the rappers is harmonizing now. Yeah. So there's no divide.
Yeah. So I don't know why he's acting like come on, dude. Like you were a partner. I'm not saying that I don't like. I respect. A lot of people don't like, but I respect them. White people been doing it for years, so now he's doing it. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why he's so upset. You know what I mean? Are you mad because you tried to put out the album and nobody wanted to work with you? I don't know. You are trying to do samples and you can't really sample like that, or you can still sample, but you just want to pay. So I don't know what it is. I don't know why he's so frustrated for it. You know what I mean? Like he was literally on live with at least I think he was on live with Timbaland. He was on live with Summer Walker. Did he do a live with Jermaine Dupri? He was doing live.
He was on there with I saw him on there with Timbaland.
Yeah, he's doing all these lives, just complaining like, "Sir, it's you." And now he's all fat. He's built like a baked potato right now. And he's always sweating. Are you on that powder? Like, I don't know what's up with Diddy right now. Like, I don't know what's up with him, man. Like, I don't. Believe me, there is good R&B out here. You just have to find it. It's not going to be on the radio no more. They're not playing it no more in between. Like back in the day, they would play a Mary J. Blige song or a Destiny Child song, and then they'll play a rap song right after it. But I don't listen to radio no more, so I don't know what they play.
Yo, Tank said it best. Tank came on was on Drink Champs, and he said that they killed R&B because they don't want to see the black family. Remember, R&B used to be about the black love, black family.
They don't want to see black love.
Even Jodeci was talking about Forever My Lady.
Yeah. Once you listen to the music, it was very, very good. You know what I mean? And then once they got robbed, we all knew they wasn't gangster. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother story.
But but they was like, yo, what scares them more than anything? Like black unity. What? A household? What? A man actually that loves his woman?
Yeah.
No. They need to be getting they knobs popped in every night by different. Like, yo, they spreading the destruction. That's what they do. They have took and marketed the destruction and used social engineering to push it, and that's just what it is.
Now you got what you got.
Well, Taylor, did you see your man Funk Flex called out Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, I saw it. I cut that out. I saw that the other day.
So you're not encouraging the continued.
No. I salute that he's doing it. But
you accept the challenge?
But I get it because what's happening is they're actually putting out songs. So I'm thinking this is like some WWE. Somebody's writing.
So this is okay.
Yeah, so he knows that they're going to put out a song. So
he knows it's coming.
Yeah, he's amping up.
He sets it up.
He's amping up the set so New York can get back on top. Because New York's been in the toilet for like 15 years. Everyone's checking for the South or out West or even in the Midwest or even down in the North Carolina, Virginia area. Yeah. No one's really. New York is like in ninth place.
Because
you know and they started it.
Pop Smoke was bringing it back.
Yeah, he was bringing it back. Then he got popped. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
So Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I mean, but I didn't really care about that. I mean, Busta Rhymes is like 50 years old. Is he going to put out? I mean, he just put out an album like a year and a half ago, and it was actually pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah, the section level event too. It was pretty good.
Well,
Song with MOP. Yeah.
Busta can still spit.
Yeah. I think that's sad. He's asking for people that have been in the game for almost 40 years or 30 years. I'll just say. Actually, no. Busta been in for a while since the leaders of New. You're asking these people. You should be asking people like in their mid-20s or late 20s, early 30s to be putting out some music. Not people that are like legends in the game, right?
Well, maybe he wants to encourage the older guys because we want to encourage the continued growth of the genre.
No, I want younger people to look at what the older people did and then keep it going. The older guys, why? You don't have to do it no more. You put the work in the 90s and the woo-ha's that got you all in check. And this is serious. Something is dangerous. We saw that. That was back in 1998. Now we in 2022. I want to see the young people come up.
So how come we got old rock bands like Aerosmith and
they're going on tour?
They're still doing it.
They're not
still putting out music.
Are they putting out music or are they just touring?
Yeah, they still put out music.
I thought they were just remastering stuff and putting out old stuff.
Nah, man. A lot of these older bands still make music.
Really? Well, no one listens to it. I mean, just because you make it don't mean anybody listens to it. I don't see that. I'm not trying to put out the pasture. I'm just saying, like, I want younger people to come up behind them.
All right, good people. Well, that's it for Have You Seen, Have You Heard this week. And now it's time for trivia. All right, so Taylor.
Yes.
Number 1, Rock Marciano.
Yes.
Salute to Rock.
Yes.
Just dropped a new single produced by Alchemist called Deja Vu.
Yes.
Which is dope.
Yes.
But he's from Long Island. Name me 3 other rappers from Long Island.
Isn't Chuck D and them from Long Island?
Yeah.
And EPMD is from Long Island.
Yeah.
How many you said? You said 4 or 3?
I said 3.
3, EPMD, them, and I think Prodigy's originally from Long Island. Then he moved to Queens. Does that count?
We'll give you that. We'll give you that.
He was from Hempstead.
You could have also said Busta Rhymes or Rakim or
Busta Rhymes was born in Long Island?
Or De La Soul. Yeah.
Wow. Did not know that.
Or Keith Murray.
Wow.
I didn't know Keith Murray from Long Island.
Yeah. All right. Number 2. I literally just saw earlier today that Suge Knight, who is now locked up but notoriously ran around extorting rappers and other people, once upon a time tried to put the squeeze on this Philly rapper. A, Black Thought. B, Beanie Siegel. Or C, Will Smith.
He tried to put the squeeze on a Philly rapper.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it Will Smith?
It was Will Smith.
Wow.
But it was a long time ago. It was during season 1 or season 2 of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
When he came on set.
When it first started bubbling and popping. And Will said that they had heard about Suge Knight on the East Coast, but he had never really been out west like that.
Yeah.
And he said people in Philly didn't really carry guns like that. He said in L.A., everybody carried guns.
Yes.
And he said Suge Knight sent him a message saying that he wanted to get involved in his business.
Okay.
And Will Smith said, "Yo, we're not getting involved in this foolishness."
I thought you were going to say Will Smith walked up on him and slapped him.
Nah. Will Smith
he didn't do that?
Apparently referred him to his lawyer.
Oh, okay.
And his lawyer said that he was going to call a connect that they had with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
That's what
and
I'm
after that,
about.
they never heard from Suge Knight again.
See, so Suge Knight was down for putting the squeeze on people, but people didn't say, listen, I'll call police on your way.
And this apparently is in Will Smith's book that just came out a few years back.
About a year or so ago. Okay,
exactly.
So Suge Knight was just extorting people, man.
Yeah, I heard you try to run down on Cameron for some money from the beat that Cameron used that Tupac used back in the day.
He was extorting Uptown Records for a little while. He just there was an Uptown doc. He would just come up there, and Andre Harrell, I guess he was shaking his boots. I don't know. He gave him what he wanted, I guess. I don't know. But they said he stopped coming after a while. But he used to come up there in the early 90s.
Well, Taylor's 2 for 2. Number 3. LeBron James signed an extension with the Lakers, like we talked about earlier, for 2 years, $97.1 million, which made him officially the highest NBA player in history. But who did he surpass to get that title? Who was number 1 before him?
I thought it was Giannis. You asked me this already, didn't you?
No, Giannis wasn't number 1 for all time. Giannis was the number 1.
Oh, for the season.
For now. That's gotten it. Yeah. Exactly.
All time is
Okay, I'll give you a hint. He was a big man.
Only person I can think of right now was it Shaq?
No, it was Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett. Oh, that's right. Kevin Garnett did get a big deal.
Kevin Garnett was getting that bread. He was number one in NBA history until LeBron took that spot.
Okay.
All right. Number 4. Which Jay-Z song did Mace come out on an episode of $1 Million Worth of Game and pretty much confirm was about him?
Yeah, I didn't watch that episode. I just can't do Mace in that. He's got a lisp.
Well, I'll give you a hint if you would like one.
I think I remember.
One.
Give me a hint. I think I remember the song, but give me a hint. Yeah.
It was on Volume 1 in my lifetime.
In my lifetime. Yeah, I don't remember the song.
Imaginary Player.
Yeah. No, Jay-Z wasn't talking about him.
That's what he said. Because he said at that point in time, it was not a lot of rappers that was running around with the bust down chains. And other than Diddy, Mace was one of the only rappers that was running around with diamonds in his Rolex chain.
Okay.
And Jay-Z specifically said something about Rolex. What's them Rolex diamonds? What the fuck you done to that? In the song.
In the song, yeah. That's one of my favorite songs. Imagine they play that. That's one of my favorite Jay-Z cuts.
So that's why I said he pretty much confirmed. Like, it wasn't like 100%. It wouldn't be 100% unless Jay-Z said it.
That was in 97. So
But-
maybe it was, because that's when Mace was at the top in 97.
Yeah. Plus, Mace said he revealed on $1 Million Worth of Game that his album, Jay-Z's album, and I think Busta Rhymes' album all dropped on the same day.
Yeah.
So they were all just by virtue of that kind of in competition, and Mace sold the best.
Harlem World. That was a classic album.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so Taylor is 2 for 4. Number 5. Today, and you should be able to get this, today marks posthumously what would have been the 81st birthday of Clarence Williams III. Name me 5 of his movies.
Oh, Clarence Williams III.
Yeah.
He was in Tales from the Hood.
Okay.
He was in he was in Life. He got sliced up. He was in Purple Rain. He was in Sprung.
He wasn't Sprung.
Oh, yeah. I like that shirt. What size is it?
It's a
Just
40.
my size.
He says it's a 40. I'm a 42. Take it off. I was like, yo. And he was in The Butler. He was in the beginning of American Gangster. He's been in a lot of movies. Yeah. How many did you say?
5.
Oh,
You
yeah.
good. You good. You could have said Blue Hill Avenue.
Oh yeah, he was in Blue Hill Avenue. Yeah.
You could have said Reindeer Games.
He was in Reindeer Games?
Yeah, he played one of the people in the crew.
Oh, yeah.
You could have said Sugar Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, he was
Hill.
in Sugar Hill, yeah.
You could have said Half Baked Samson.
Oh, Samson Simpson, yeah. Stood up. Thought you was crippled. Oh, Cuban B.
Cuban B.
Clarence Williams III.
my young Mexican right here. I'm Cuban B.
I'm Cuban B.
He was in Deep Cover.
Oh yeah, he was in Deep Cover. He was in Deep Cover, man. Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah,
I just remember him and being in Purple Rain when he gripped up Prince. I thought he was gonna kill Prince.
Oh, did he play Prince's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think he was somebody. I think
Clarence L.
he was beating the moms, right? And then Prince run in, and it was
Dad,
crazy.
stop it.
And
I've only seen parts
he
of
gripped
that
up
movie.
Prince like a shaking him around. I said, "Oh, Prince, Prince, you're a little guy, man. You need to call the police."
Oh no.
Yeah, that may be in the first movie I saw him, man. I was a little kid when I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clarence Williams III.
He shot himself in the head in that movie, too.
Yeah.
Well, salute to Clarence Williams III. Rest in power. Salute to you for all the great work that you've left us with.
This is hell.
This ain't the Terradome.
Yo.
Welcome. You trying to say we dead, mother? He was
Oh,
like,
wait. I forgot to mention he was in Hoodlum, too.
Oh yeah, he was in Hoodlum. Yeah.
That's right. He was
Bub.
damn.
Bub.
Yeah.
How do you sleep at night, old man?
Who says I sleep?
Who says I
at
sleep at night?
night? Oh man.
Goodness, he got a catalog, man.
Yeah, man. All right, so Taylor, what you got for your trivia for me this week?
Okay, all right then.
Wait. He was in Jake and the Fat Man?
Jake and the Fat Man. Who was in that movie?
Let's see.
I don't know if I ever saw that. I heard about it before. That might be.
I've heard of it.
That might be an old movie.
Yeah, that came out in the
70s?
looks like early 90s.
Early 90s.
Oh, it was a TV show. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Continue, Taylor.
All right. So
Pardon me.
It's cool. Number one, we'll start with the Jigga Man. You was just talking about the Jigga Man. The Jigga Man did 3 songs with Beanie Siegel and Scarface. Can you name? I was gonna say name all 3. Can you name 2 out of the 3?
Okay, we got This Can't Be Life.
Yes.
And we got Somehow, Some Way.
There you go.
And the third one, it's on Blueprint too, right?
Actually, I said 3. I think they did 4. But just give me the one they did on Blueprint. No, I don't think he was on Blueprint too. It was on the Dynasty album.
Yeah.
And was one after the Dynasty album. No, it was the one before the Dynasty album.
The one before Dynasty, that was Volume 3.
Volume 3?
Nah, it wasn't on, because he had one that was not on the album. I think that was Somehow, Some Way. Somehow, Some Way was on Blueprint too.
Blueprint 2.
He had Guess Who's Back. That was not on the album.
Yeah, that was on Scarface album. That was on the Fix album. Okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah, I just said 2 out of 3. I'll listen to them the other day. Like 2 was produced by Kanye, and the first one produced by Just Blaze.
Guess Who's Back? Yeah, that just can't be life. That joint is hard.
Yeah, this can't be life. Yeah, I like all 3 of them. That was the way they put them songs together. That was dope.
Yeah, and they had good chemistry. The 3 of them on the track.
Yep. All right, so recently they just retired in the NBA. They retired Bill Russell's number league-wide. So if you're wearing number 6 right now, you're going to be the last one because after you retire, you're done. You know
they're kind of grandfathered into it.
Yeah, they're grandfathered in, but there's only 4 other major sports, only 2 other numbers that's retired. Can you give me the 2 numbers that are retired in the 4 other major sports?
I know 42 is retired.
Yep, in baseball.
That's Mariano Rivera.
Yep, this one, the last one might be kind of hard, but I'll just say he's still alive.
Is that Gretzky?
Yep, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Well, the way Wayne Gretzky is held up, it's not a surprise. I didn't see him play, and I'm not a hockey guy, so I'm not going to throw dirt on his name.
He was really good, but most people know that he was. I think his nickname is Greatness, or The Greatness, or Great, or something like that.
Okay.
He was the bull. He was that bull.
Salute to Wayne Gretzky.
If you had if you had hockey on Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo, he was that dude.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And we have a lot of listeners in Canada, so salute to everybody in the Great North. Appreciate everybody out there listening. Spread the word. As we say, tell a friend to tell 2 friends about S.L.E.E.P.
All right, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in the basketball. All right.
Okay.
So, I always like to throw some Sixers stuff in there. So, give me 5 former Sixers coaches, but you got to give me one that's black. Give me 5 former Sixers coaches. I don't care if it's recent. Just give me 5 former Sixers coaches. But you got to give me a black coach.
Okay.
They've had 5.
Larry Brown, obviously he was black.
Larry Brown was
white.
white.
He was white. I'm sorry. What's my man's name? The boy that was with the Wizards. It was like Eric something.
Was he black?
Yeah, he was black.
Oh, do you know his name?
I'm blank.
No, it should be MC.
MC.
There's 4. There's 5 others.
MC.
2 you should know.
One of the coaches, didn't he win the chip with the Sixers?
Yeah, he did win the chip with the Sixers. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
so-
You should know his name. He's still alive.
He used to come.
He's
to the
still
dealership.
coaching.
Yep.
Just keep going. Give me the 3 white coaches and come back to the black.
So we got Larry Brown.
Yeah.
Brett Brown.
Yeah. One was the former. He was a number 1 pick, and the Sixers brung him back, and he used to coach
Doug
Jordan.
Collins.
There you go, Doug Collins. There you go.
Obviously, we've got Doc Rivers now.
No, when I said former.
Oh,
coaches.
no Doc Rivers. Okay,
I said former coaches. He's a coach now.
What's his name? Randy Ayers.
Randy Ayers. There you go. You
Yeah.
should. That's the one I thought you was going to get.
There we go.
Easiest one. And give me. You can get. I don't care if he's black or white. Just give me a coach. I don't care.
I'm trying to think what them old coaches.
One of them is still alive. He's on TV. I thought he was dead too. Old white man, look like a leprechaun.
What's my man name? Wasn't Jack? No, not Jack Ramsey. He wasn't the coach of them.
No.
What was that? Mike Fratello.
No, not Mike Fratello.
He never coached them?
No, hell no. What's the boy name? I think his name is it Jerry Lynham?
Jerry Lynham. There you
Jerry
go.
Lynham.
Coach Lynham.
He's still. I saw him on TV. Maybe I said he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still
like
alive.
100-year-old Wolverine.
He's daddy.
He looks like the gnome on the the little short gnomes on the ground. I said his hair look crazy. He's still alive. Yeah, man. Yeah. The former Sixers.
So does getting one wrong disqualify?
We'll see how you get the rest of these. I'm still debating.
Okay.
But
How'd I miss who? E?
you miss Maurice Cheeks, man.
Yeah, Maurice
I did
Cheeks.
miss Mo
Yeah,
Cheeks. That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Maurice Cheeks and the other guy you thinking about from the Wizards, Eddie Jordan.
Yeah, Eddie Jordan. That was his
Yeah,
name.
I don't think your dad liked him.
I don't think he did either. and apparently it was for good reason.
Dolph Schayes coached a lot of former Sixers. Dolph Schayes coached them. This is back in the day, of course. Billy Cunningham's coached the
Billy
Sixers.
Cunningham. That's one I should have remembered.
Yeah. So
But I definitely should have remembered Mo Cheeks, man. Salute to Mo Cheeks.
yeah. He's. I don't know whose bench he's on, but he's still coaching.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
still an assistant somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Putting his Mac down, putting his fingerprint on the game.
Tony DeLeo, you don't remember?
I remember that name.
Oh, I think AI ran him up out of here. All right, we'll get to the last basketball. All right, so your boy, Udonis Haslem, he's back
20 years,
for
baby.
20 seasons.
Yes.
But he is not the top person that's ever played in the most NBA seasons. You got to give me who is the number one, who has played in the most NBA seasons.
Who has played in the most NBA seasons?
I don't care about team. Just talking about who has played in the most NBA seasons. Who?
Yeah, what player?
What player? It's just one player. He's played for. I'll give you the number. He played in 22 seasons in the NBA.
Dirk?
No. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
22
that's right.
years.
That's right. And that was recent, too.
Recently, yeah. I thought you would have got that. Yeah, that was like big news. Vince Carter beat out Robert Parrish. Remember, we used to play video games back in the day. Robert Parrish was always in the free agent list.
Yeah.
On back of somebody's bench.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett played
on
20.
them old lives.
Well, Kevin Garnett, Kobe played 20, but Kobe's like the only one that played 20 years
With the
on
same
one
team, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's like maybe like 8 or 9 that's tied for 20.
Okay.
But Vince Carter is 22 years.
Vince Sanity.
Yeah.
Another Canadian connection.
All right. So number 5 is I just saw the Jamie Foxx movie on Netflix. It's kind of suspect, you know what I mean?
Day Shift with him and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. But you got to give me 8 movies that he was in. 8.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, Mr. Jamie Foxx.
Oh, no problem.
Academy Award winning. I know he's your guy. You know what I mean? You got to give me 8 movies he was in.
Held Up.
Yeah.
I'm taking it back. Bait.
Bait was good.
We can go Any Given Sunday.
There you go.
Due Date.
Due Date, yeah, with Robert Downey, yep.
Jamie Foxx. Ray.
Ray, of course. Oscar.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Another one came out that same year he got nominated for. Come on now. I think this is his best movie.
Miami Vice. Obviously, that's not it, but that's one.
Miami Vice was trash. Okay, but I give
hate.
you that. Yeah, Miami Vice was terrible. 2 more.
Jamie Foxx. Booty Call.
There you go. And give me 1 more. This is Jamie Foxx, man.
I know.
Classic
I'm just
movie,
blanking right now.
You're forgetting the main one.
A main Jamie Foxx
A
movie?
main Jamie Foxx movie, man. He got a lot of main ones.
He does have a lot of main ones.
2 of them, man.
Shucks. I knew he was coming with it.
How you forget Collateral, man?
Oh, Collateral. Okay.
That movie was classic, man.
Yeah, with him and Tom Cruise.
And of course, Ali with
He played a role in
Will
Ali.
Smith. Brother, the Players Club,
Oh,
man.
the Players Club. Blue. Now you need to get up there and spend your records.
Take 15,
Who you think you are?
you
Kid
take-
Capri?
You taking 15% out of my check. I know I'm up on stage in no Jean Street. Welcome to the strip game, partner. Bro, you ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing.
Yo, man.
Who you think you are?
Oh man, he was in the Great White Hype. Oh man,
I forgot that one. That's I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, that's the yeah. And then a couple of recent movies. It's a horrible boss. He was in both of those.
Okay, yeah. Jones.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was it. That's it. That's
All
all.
right, bad. Well, my apologies. I slipped up on one, but
I'll give you 4 out of 5.
that's
I'll give you
that.
that.
Hey,
I'll grade you on the curve. 4 out of 5.
I'll take it. So getting out of trivia, it's time for the common sense space. So I'm going to let Taylor break down what our topic is this week.
Yeah, so I've been on the internet and there's a guy, what's his name? I think his name is Tariq Nasheed. Anybody ever heard of him? Well, he's got something called, it's called FBA, Foundational Black Americans, you know what I mean? And he was, I think they were trying to get like some type of reparation. They're trying to get a bunch of people to get reparation. But I saw somebody maybe it was on YouTube, and they said, listen, just give us our own state. You know what I mean? Y'all get the people up out the state. We'll start our own business in our own state. You ain't got to worry about us. We'll govern ourselves. You know what I mean? We'll create our own banks. We'll create our own hospitals. We'll create our own land. You know what I mean? Just give us our own state. Give us like a type of tax break. You don't have to give us money. And then if we succeed, you know what I mean, we'll be cool. If not, you know what I mean, y'all can come in and bulldoze and kill us or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying we're going to build up our own stuff in America. So I was saying, like, if this was to come to fruition, I'm just, thinking out pie in the sky. That's how I think. Okay. Would you move to this area where there's going to be nothing but black people there? Nothing but black. Foundational black people, basically people that are descended from slaves. You know what I mean? So okay. if you're a descendant of slaves, you're the one saying, all right, if you're Caribbean, somebody that you're basically letting people in, kind of like what they do with Canada. Canada don't let everybody up in there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So would you move there? Would you start your own business there? You know what I mean? Would you be able to, like, maybe work the police force and stuff like that? Would you be able to, start a hospital or a restaurant or whatever? Or whatever you want to start in your own land. You know what I mean? Like I said, you'll be getting a tax break. You'll be able to live, in a family where it'll be nothing but black people around you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of black people, they don't want to be around other black people. Yeah. I can give you that off the rip. They don't want to be around other black people.
A lot of black people aren't
a lot of people that talk. Yeah, a lot of people that talk
all
that.
Black people.
Yeah, a lot of people that talk that bliggity black stuff. They drive back to white neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So they act like they for the cause, but they go back to the white neighborhood and let you guys deal with the savages. You got to watch out for them people.
Now, my question for you, Mr. Suber, is can you take white people with you? Because my kids are all half white.
Well, your kids are black, sir. When you have, they give you black. You know what I mean? So if your kids are black, come on in. But you'll be able to. Hey, if you want to come in, you know what I mean? There's going to be a council. I'll just say that. Hey, man, listen, man, you got to go through this, that, and this to come up in here. Just kind of like that episode on Atlanta when they was trying to determine who was black and who wasn't. You know what I mean? There's going, like I said, there's going to be our own government. There's going to be a council. Hey, so-and-so wants to come in. They want to bring our family. They can come in, but like, listen, man, we're going to have to go through. We don't want no agents up in here. You know what I mean? On some Judas and the Black Messiah. We don't want that up in here. You come in here on the inside to break us down. You know what I mean? So we got to do your due diligence.
Do the due diligence.
I'm just thinking this is like politics. This is like nothing that someone said. This is just me and the pile of sky. So would you move there? You know what I mean? If you can get yourself, a little tax break, you know what I mean, get your own business, would you move there? I'll start off first. I would, because I don't. The thing is with being around a bunch of black, I'll just say black people. Everything is cool. Like I'm a very quiet and I'm to myself and stuff like that. So I don't really bother anybody like that. And if I see a problem, Taylor just leaves. I don't like I'm not one of these people that's trying to like break up fights and stuff like that.
Trying to save the day.
No, I'm not doing all that, man. I don't have no time for that stuff. But like I said, if you're in an area where you're governing everything and you're making sure everything is cool, I'm a positive thinker. Even though I can come up here and be like, dang, Taylor being negative, but I'm reporting what's going on out here. But I think it would work, you know what I mean? Because now you can't complain. You know what I mean? You can't complain about the white man's doing it. No, this is all black people right now. We all in. And if somebody comes in that's not from our I'll just say FBA foundational black Americans, you know, people that are descendants of slaves, and if you bring them in, that's going to be someone else's responsibility. But
somebody had to co-sign bringing that person in.
Somebody had to co-sign bringing that person in. You know what I mean? So I think it would be cool. I remember somebody said this years ago, and I was like, damn, man, he just dropped the gem. He said apartheid, not is apartheid. Is that what it is? When people a segregation is the worst thing to happen to black people. I was like, dang, but then I thought about it. I said, Jesus Christ.
Talking about desegregation.
Well,
no, segregation.
He said that's the worst thing that happened to black people. When black people started to go into schools with white people,
that's what I'm saying. Desegregation.
So desegregation. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm y'all to college.
Segregation is when everybody was separated. Yeah. Desegregation was when they brought everybody back together.
He said desegregation was the worst thing that happened to black people. And I thought about it. I was like, I had to look at it from his perspective. I was like, damn, man, that was a cold mouthpiece what you just said right there. But I just think that it would work, and I'm just thinking about like just bringing in some very, very smart people, and we just building something from the bottom up. So maybe 60, 70 years from now, when our kids and stuff like that come, they can be proud of something like that. At the beginning, it's going to be very, very rough. We know that people going to have to get kicked out. You know what I mean? People might have to listen. You got to go. You got to go to the white man. You can't be up in here. You know what I mean?
You got to try your luck with
you
the other
rob
man.
Somebody's house. You got to go. You know what I mean?
You can't rock with the brother.
Yeah, we're gonna take it to the border. We're not not going to kill you. We're not going to put you in jail. We're going to take you to the border, and then you got to deal with Mr. So-and-so. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that I would do it. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared, or I'm not avoid. I like black people. I do. You know what I mean? But I would. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I would think it would be a good idea. I would love to see people coming into my business that look like me.
When I hear about stories of places like Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they had Black Wall Street and thriving black communities and areas that existed within this country, some that maybe still do exist within this country, like down in like DMV area. Yeah. But I think that that's beautiful. I think that that's a great thing, and that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. So I'd be down to, you know what I'm saying, move to the area. I'll be down to live in that community, and I'm saying, see what's popping, what's going on, because black people have, like you said historically for years that white people hold us back, that, you know, as people in our way is the reason why we can't get ahead in the job. Yeah. I was on my job. I work with a bull, and I used to work with a bull because he done left by now. Yeah. But my job, they have a good amount of Hispanic people that work there. Yeah. Whether they're Mexican, Guatemalan, Honduran, wherever. They're a good amount of Spanish people that work there. And the bull said that he felt like there was a bias towards the Spanish people that work there. Oh, okay. So he ended up getting up out of there and getting a new job. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of trying to break it down to him, like, yo, it might be a bias, it might be things going on, but at least you know what the setup is. You know the lay of the land, so you know how to move and how to move around it to get yourself into a better position. Because I'm living proof. I got into a better position. I started off doing what you do, and now I got a promotion. So I'm doing a little better. But he got up out of there. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just about knowing about what's going to be best for you and not blaming people that's in your way. And if you had a situation like that, then you wouldn't have nobody to blame because everybody around looks like you. So, you know, I'd be down for that. Plus, I'm the type of person that likes being accountable for, you know what I'm saying, myself, for my actions, and for the things that I do. So if something happens and something's in my way or I can't get around something or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, I try to figure out a way to do it, or try to figure out a way to find another situation for me to get in where I can do it and move the way that I want to move. So that's my opinion on it. E, what you think? Would you be down to move to an all-black state?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm only down to move to where I'm going to be happy.
Okay.
I'm not going to move to an all-black state just because it's an all-black state. I just go where I'm happy, where it's functional for me. I mean, I wouldn't mind if, you know, as long as it's functional and there's order and discipline. But because I've lived so many places and been around so many different types, I just can't, at this point in my life, I just can't put a label on where it is simply because it's a black or white name. Now, out here, I'm not living in the city of Philadelphia. Yes, I've moved out to the burbs. I don't give a damn because I've lived in peace for so long that I don't want to deal with that mess. And if you're mad at me because I don't want to deal with that mess, then that sounds like a personal problem.
Not trying to go to the chaos.
I'm willing to work and pay for the peace. I like where I'm at. The neighbors are friendly. I don't have any problems around here, but you know, it would be cool, you know, but my optimism in our people isn't that high right now.
Nor is me.
I mean, my grandfather used to look at us and tell us that we were a lost generation and we didn't understand what he said. He was talking about like me, my brother, my cousins, and all us. That's, you know, in our 40. He used to look at us and just say we're a lost generation, and I didn't want to believe it, but I'm starting to really look at a lot of us as a lost cause. Yeah, and we need a great. It's to the point where I feel like we damn near need a great reset in black people because everybody's following each other down this crappy hole, and even if they had an all-black state, how long is it going to be before somebody feels like that they're God? Or, you know, I just, at this point, no. It wouldn't make me a difference. It would be nice, but who cares? That like right now, I don't even care.
Taylor's trying to save the black people because I think 60, 80, I'll say 80 years from now, people that look like us, they're not going to exist no more. I mean, black people are not even a minority anymore.
Yes, they are. They're going to exist because let's forget about we're just the Western world.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to kill each other if we keep going the way we're going to go right now. Killing each other like it's nothing. But then the white person does something to them, they cry racism.
But you know what?
But when the black person do something to them, they want to put them in the dirt. I don't understand this.
I'm going to tell you this, though. I'm going to tell you this. Everybody being out, doing the work that I'm doing and being out in the farms and the sticks for real, that's America. What we got is a bunch of people packed up in the cities because, of course, from back in the days, all these major cities were the end of the line for the trains, and that's where all the black people came. So, but there's still a great number of us, spread throughout the country that make livings as farmers and, workers and, contractors and stuff because we're only exposed to where we are for most of them. That's all they see. It's like growing up in Philly. Everybody in Philly think that Philly is Pennsylvania until you go out into the real Pennsylvania and see where they're making it happen, where they're manufacturing, where they're growing food, where they have jobs, where they're producing stuff other than in the city where everybody's consuming and robbing. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the state and the people that's in it because somehow I feel like the ignorance is going to creep in within the black community. That's just what they do. And I mean, you got to have a hell of a screening process.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's got to be mean, but at this point, it doesn't matter. I want to be where it makes me happy. I could be in this community and there ain't no trails to one wheel. I don't know. I can't say, but I look at it from all aspects and, black people, we're just not the way we present, the way we're represented and the way we are representing ourselves. It's not looking good because the women are turning against the men talking about they going overseas and all this other stuff. And they just fell
going overseas to do what?
Well, it's a lot of guys on TikTok talking about how they going to the DR and Puerto Rico
and doing what?
Just to snag these wives.
And then what they gonna do? Do they know that those women look at American women and they want to be them? So they're getting programmed by American women. So you're flying thousands of miles to get something you're flying away from. You're flying to it. You're gonna have to stay there. Taylor has traveled. They all love what's the show Power. They want to be the American woman. You know what I mean? So you're flying down there or flying over wherever you're going, and they look up to American women. So yeah. I mean, I understand. I mean, that's cool. No, you might find that one, the what they call. You might find an outlier that don't have no TV in the house, but no phone service. But they all look up to American women. They look up to people like Cardi B and J-Lo. That's they queens.
Nicki
you know what
Minaj.
I mean? Nicki Minaj. If you go to Africa, they look at the people that's in America. You know what I mean? They want to come to America. So I understand what they're saying going down there, but you're going down. You're getting a foreign American woman, pretty much. So
well, there is a big battle. There's a big battle.
I've been down there. I know what it is.
Yeah, but the world has gotten a lot smaller with the internet.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
So they can see everything that's going on
every
here.
damn thing. They can watch Instagram for 3-4 hours. Yeah,
unless you live in like Cuba or Russia, where they block all that out.
What the big thing is that a lot of on TikTok where there's a lot of men.
Yeah.
With passports.
The brothers is going international.
Yeah, they're like, yo, I'm not
settling for this American stuff no more.
I'm not with these American women with these messed up attitudes and da. And you need to go down to South America and to the islands and all these joints where the women are docile.
I salute them. I want them to travel to see more of the world and get a better mind of what's going on. But don't go down and think of you taking shortcuts. You know what I mean? They watch a lot of what Americans do up here, and they take it into their lives. They look at you to bring them up to so they can be what they want to be. That's what
you can get them the Benzes and the Birkin bags.
They looking at you to pay for everything. And the crazy thing is when you get one of those girls down there, you got to pay for mama, daddy, auntie, grandma, cousins, my little brother, and she got a kid. Family. Yeah. Up here, once you get a girl, mama and dad, you don't worry about them. It's just me and you. You know what I mean? But down there, you got to take care of that whole family.
Yeah.
Hope you got. Hope you making 6 figures. I know what it is down there.
And if you're not balling,
You going to pay for Maria, Auntie Maria, Jose. You going to pay for all them.
You're going to get stepped out on.
Yeah. It's not even about that. It's going to cost you just as much money down there as it is up here. You know what I mean? So I understand what they're trying to do. You might find an outlier, but or the exception, but just try it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and we got a little far away from where we were.
Mm-hmm.
But just to wrap it up for me, if the place is functional for me,
yeah.
I'd do it, as long as it's functional for me, And,
I was looking at the glass half full. I want you gonna get. I'll do it. You can put me up there. I'll make sure everything works. I'll make sure we have a what they call them, a company. We make our own cars or something like that. I was just looking like, man, we'll do everything, and we'll make the roads. You know what I mean? We'll make all kinds of. We'll make hospitals. You know what I mean? All urgent cares and all that. We won't even bring in corporations. We'll just build stuff on our own. We ain't bringing in no Walmart. We'll start our own stuff here.
The schools.
Yeah, we'll bring the schools. Yeah, I have belief in black people. Even though I watch a lot of savagery on online, I do believe that there's some good people out there that just say, I can't take this no more. I want to do something good for these people. I want to leave something behind for the babies, because the babies, that's all that matters right now. I'm old. I'll be 38 next week. I want the babies to come and keep this going.
All right. Well, that's gonna close out this week's edition of the Common Sense Space. So now we're moving to our second top 5, which this week we're gonna go with a movie theme, and our top 5 is gonna be duos we want to see in a movie.
Yes. Inspired by Kevin Hart.
Inspired by
doing
Kevin
movies
Hart.
with everybody.
Yeah, he's got movies with The Rock. He's got movies with Mark Wahlberg. He's got movies with
Woody
Will
Harrelson.
Ferrell, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
All these buddy movies.
Buddy comedies.
I watched Cop Out yesterday just because I wanted to watch one.
Oh, yeah, with that Tracy Morgan.
Morgan and Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Nobody asked for that, but we got it.
Yeah, I like that joint.
I know you did.
It's a funny joint.
Not me.
All right, so I'm going to be the first to tell you right now that some of my duos might be at a left field, but these are all people who've never worked together.
That's fine.
Never done a movie
together. That was the whole point.
Exactly.
People that never worked with each other.
All right, so number 5, we was talking about him earlier, but it's Robert Downey Jr. and Romany Malco.
Oh, for the boy that played MC Hammer.
Yeah, the boy that was in
Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man.
40-year-old version.
He was a 40-year-old version. He was in Weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Romany Malco.
Okay.
And Robert Downey Jr. I think they're both funny, and I think something would work well together for them.
Okay, all right then.
Plus, he's kind of still on the come up. Number 4, I'm going to take it to the guy that inspired this list and say Kevin Hart and Idris Elba. I think that would make an interesting pairing. And they could work out some type of movie. I don't know if it would be like a buddy movie or
maybe be the new Twins. Remember Twins was who was it? Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dan DeVito?
Yeah.
We can see the poster and we can see Kevin Hart leaning on Idris Elba.
Plus they both work with Will Packer.
Yeah, dark.
Have a great relationship with him. So
dark twins or something like that. Black something. I don't know. Black like
should be able to put something together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I'm gonna take it to 2 of my favorite actors of all time, and that's gonna be Denzel Washington and George Clooney. As long as they've been running around Hollywood and they ain't never worked together, never did nothing together. So I think that would be an interesting pairing, and that might turn into box office gold. Number 2, I would take it to another guy we was talking about a little while ago, but that's Woody Harrelson and James Franco. I'm a fan of James Franco movies.
They're both silly.
Exactly. He's a funny guy. They're both funny.
Yeah.
And I think their senses of humor would mesh well on the screen, and that would turn into something good. And I'm going to finish it out with number 1, and this could go either way. This could be a drama film or this could be a comedy, because they both, I feel like, could get into either character, but it's going to be the young Denzel Washington, John David Washington, and somebody that his pop already worked with, Christopher Walken.
Okay.
Christopher Walken is a little older now, but I think he can still deliver on the screen. And John David has shown his acting chops and that he can do his thing on the screen as well. So I think they'd be able to come together and make a good flick.
Yeah, okay.
So that's going to do it for my top 5 list. So I'll pass it over to Taylor so he can list off his top 5 duos he wants to see in a movie.
All right. I think these guys were in a movie together, but they weren't like in the same scenes or something like that. Maybe somebody was uncredited or not.
Oh,
but
Taylor's cheating.
it's not cheating, but they technically weren't in the. They were in the movie, but they weren't like they didn't have big parts in the movie.
I got you.
And I'm gonna put this why it's at number 5 because technically they were, but they weren't in the movie. It's Kevin Hart and Jonah Hill. I think that would be kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know now Jonah Hill. He just went through something where he's just not effing with nobody right now.
I was trying to think of a Jonah Hill like somebody he could go well with. And I was having a problem.
Well, he was in a movie called what was it called? The Bum. What's it called? The Beach Bum with Matthew McConaughey, and he had this crazy accent, and he was talking reckless, and he was calling somebody an F-boy. I was like, yo, it was hilarious. He was the only person funny in the movie. I think
Jonah Hill is a funny guy.
Martin was in the movie too. He had like a small part, but the movie, Jonah Hill was funny in that movie. Snoop Dogg was kind of corny. Even Matthew McConaughey was kind of corny. But I thought every time they put Jonah Hill on screen, he was hilarious. He was using this crazy Southern accent. I think he was Matthew McConaughey's lawyer, but he was like really weird. Like but. If you watch me, just watch his scenes. You're gonna be like, "Yo, this boy he's wilding right now. It's crazy." Yeah. Number 4. Some kind of way. These guys never work with each other. I'm gonna put some respect on Chris Rock and Don Cheadle, man.
Okay.
I like Don Cheadle and I like Chris Rock. Chris Rock actually said when he did Fargo, he thinks they asked Don Cheadle first, but then they came to him second. But I thought Chris Rock, he was okay in that last season of Fargo. I would like to see them do something because Don Cheadle is kind of funny. Like he can, he can make you laugh. He can switch up the accent. We talked about that on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his role as Basher in Ocean's 11 and 12. That joint was funny.
Yeah. So I would like to see Chris Rock and Don Cheadle do something. You know what I mean? These are people that I like to actually watch on screen. Just come up with something. It don't have to be that good. Just be in the movie together. You know?
Yeah, I put down all people I like to see on screen as well. So good stuff.
Number 3, Taylor's trolling. Will Smith and The Rock. Now, that'll probably never happen because The Rock has like an ego. He got to be the number one in the movie. I don't know. I don't know if I can see Will Smith in the movie with him, but I would like to see that. I would just like to see how it would go down. Would they fight in the movie? Would it be an action movie? Would it be a comedy? You know what I mean? Would somebody get slapped? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know where it's going to go, but I think Rock is overtaken as one of the highest grossing actors, like as of now, like being paid wise. You know what I mean? Will Smith at one time, he was that guy. You know
Will Smith was Mr. Box Office.
You know what I mean? So I would like to see those two, you know what I mean, get it, and they both about the same complexion. You know what I mean? They both about the same size. I don't know I don't know where it would go. You know what I mean?
It might be a little bit of a quagmire.
It might be a quagmire, but it might be a buddy joint. I don't know. You know
they might get along.
Yeah, okay. So Taylor, of course, had to put Denzel Washington in his list.
Okay.
But I mean, I thought you was going to take mine. Nigga, do one with your son. You and your son get together, man.
Okay.
Y'all don't have to be. Y'all don't have to be. In
the same scenes.
No, I want them in the same scene, but y'all don't have to be father and son. You know what I mean? But I would like to see a movie with Denzel and his son JD Washington. I think JD's a pretty good actor. You know?
I agree.
Got this movie coming out. I think it's with Christian Bale and Margot Robbie playing some type. It's like a murder mystery type joint. You know what I mean? Like a who done it type of joint, kind of like that Murder on the Nile type stuff. I saw it. It looked okay.
Margot Robbie is dope.
Yeah, Margot
I'll
Robbie, Christian Bale. Yeah, I think Taylor Swift was in it. Yeah, it's one of the movies with like a bunch of stars in it. I saw the preview a couple days ago. I was like, okay, all right then. But I would like to see Denzel and JD in a movie together. You know what I mean? I think JD produced one of Denzel's old movies back in the day. You know what I mean? But I would like to see them on the silver screen.
Okay.
But number 1, Taylor is a creep, and he's always gonna put 2 females in the movie, and it's Tiffany Haddish and Tracy Ellis Ross.
And that's a pairing right there.
Lord have mercy. Woo. I don't
Jesus.
know. I don't know what we're gonna call it. I don't know what they're gonna be wearing, but they're gonna be looking good. And they're both. Tracy Ellis Ross is funny. Tiffany Haddish is funny. I saw Tiffany Haddish a couple days ago. I don't know if she got a BBL. I don't know where all that came from, but it's looking kind of crazy behind her. We all know what Tracy Ellis Ross is working with. So I would like to see them two do a movie and be funny and be silly, and Taylor would just be there glued to the screen, thinking about all types of just demonic stuff in his brain. I mean, that's what I would like to see. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put some respect on the ladies. Tracy Ellis Ross.
All type of debauchery.
All type of debauchery. Just me in the room with them with some high heels. I'm just on some weirdo stuff. You know what I mean? And Ashanti playing in the background. I'm just all over the place. I'll die a happy man. I'll pass out right there like Kevin Samuels. I'll be done.
Ashanti playing in the background.
Yeah, Ashanti playing in the background, and then Taylor just get up and just say my heart, and then I just pass out. And that'll be it. That'll be it. I'll be cool. I mean, that would be my number one movie. I don't even know what it would be called.
It'll be called That's How Taylor Checks Out.
That's how Taylor checks out, and that's how we checking in. I don't know.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our second top five. And we're going to finish up this week's episode with Mike's Minutes. And I saw something a couple of days ago on IG that I thought was pretty dope. It was pretty inspirational, and it spoke to me, so I want to tell it to y'all. It was a guy on there, I think, with Robert Kiyosaki, who is author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Really dope book. I read it before. Check it out if you haven't. But he was talking about something that his rich dad told him, because by the title of the book, he had two different dads. He had a poor dad who really didn't have a lot of money, and then he ended up having a rich dad who, you know, kind of expanded his mind and showed him a lot of different things about the world and how to make money. And as a result, now he's very wealthy. But he said that his rich dad told him, do not say you can't. Instead of saying you can't, figure out a way to do it. How can I? Because if you go into something with the attitude of you can't, then you're already defeated. You're already putting yourself down. You're already putting yourself behind the 8 ball and in position to where it's going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, to make what you want to happen. But if you look at it from the view of Taylor was talking earlier, the glass half full, look at it as how can I, then somehow, come hell or high water, you will find a way to get to your goal. You'll find a way to get to that destination and do the thing that it was you wanted to do in the first place. And along the way of getting there, you'll learn things about yourself, you'll grow, and you'll develop, and that will help you when you arrive at your goal and your new destination, because you can't get to where you want to go being the same person you are. Some change has to take place, and that's what that journey is for. So that's all I want to say to y'all this week. Instead of saying you can't, just look at it, grin, take a deep breath, and say, how can I? How can I make this happen? How can I make this work? Who can I talk to that can help me get there? What kind of resources is it going to take for me to get there? And, just go at it that way. And that's my message for y'all this week.
That's my father to say to me. He always told me, stop saying can't.
Yeah, stop saying you can't do things, man, especially if it's something that you've never tried before.
Yeah, he used to say that all the time. I couldn't say that in the house.
Yeah.
I still can't take a dump in the woods anymore. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Well, that'll do it for season 4, episode 21. We appreciate everybody for checking in, checking us out, and listening to our babble and what we had to say up here. You can follow us on Twitter and IG at Sleep is for You. That's S.L.E.E.P.I.S, the number 4 Y-O-U. We are marching our way towards episode 100. Right now, we are episode 82. 82. So, keep rocking with us, keep rolling with us. We're going to keep giving y'all this good content and making y'all laugh, entertaining y'all. We will not be here next week, so do not look out for an episode. Some personal things going on that we need to take care of, so we're going to handle that and be back with y'all the following week.
We'll be back.
We will be back. I'm sorry for this little jump around and stuff going on, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes.
We was thinking about taking off, but we said, no, we're going to get in and give y'all one. And then come and then take, and we back. You know what
exactly.
Yeah,
So
before you know it, don't even worry.
We could have been on stuff. We coming back.
Yeah, so just bear with us, and we'll be with y'all in time to start the beautiful NFL season, which is right upon us.
Right upon us.
You can catch new or old episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Podbean, Samsung Podcast Player FM, or YouTube. Check out sleepisforyou.com if you haven't already done so. Be safe out here in these streets. Taylor, anything else you got for the people?
Peace out, man. Enjoy it. Thank you.
E, anything else you got for the people?
Be good. Be safe.
All right, well. Remember, you ain't seen me, I ain't seen you. Water.
Yeah. We back. Yeah. same old rap. Ain't no kilo stash, Augustine's son had to reload that. Daddy gone, but his legacy strong, how do you figure? I too thought I'd be dead, all things considered, but I'm living, thriving and growing, fighting opponents that I'm with it. Striving to know who died for the lowest, don't you get it? The industry hope is trying to control us, I ain't with it. I got me a goal that's highly explosive with my wife and my baby. What I'm writing is weighty, call me S.O. or Bebenberg. They knighting me lately, stand where the light is, feeling like it, delighted, and maybe I'm getting grown. Nothing wrong with Bible and Baileys, I open up the text, got my mind closer off the edge, got the architect. I ain't gotta go to your connect, I gotta go direct, him and I, through the sun up.